In the half-finished nursery, a stuffed rabbit lies alone, symbolizing abandonment. Amidst the chaos of unpacked boxes and a partially painted wall, Claire frantically seeks something, her desperation growing. Mark watches Claire, his face unreadable, as concern battles with cold calculation. Claire clutches the rabbit, a silent scream trapped in her throat then looks down, and it's gone. The nursery becomes a stage for loss and a chilling realization. The couple's house stands in a suburban neighborhood, bathed in sunlight. A gentle breeze causes the leaves of the oak tree to rustle, a whisper in the otherwise still air. The manicured lawn spreads, its neatness a stark contrast to the heavy grief permeating the air. Sunlight casts long shadows, emphasizing the underlying sadness. The idyllic setting belies the silent fog of grief that hangs heavy over the house. The scene is serene, yet beneath the surface, sorrow lingers. In the dimly lit living room, Claire sits on the sofa, head cocked, lost in focused listening. Mark looms behind the sofa, a concerned hand running anxiously through his hair. Claire, eyes widening, whispers, "Do you hear that? It's a lullaby." Mark dismisses her fears. "Claire, there's nothing there. It's just your imagination running wild again." Mark leans in, his voice softening with concern. "Try to relax," he reassures her gently. "Everything is all right." In the dead of night, Mark lies motionless in bed, his eyes wide open, fixed on the dark ceiling above. His mind races with an urgent need, a desperate plan beginning to take shape. He fixates on a single, drastic solution. Erasing the child's memory is the only way to save Claire. This is the only way. Mark stays still in the darkness. In the bright daylight of the house, Mark meticulously removes photos from the walls, one by one. He packs away the baby items into a box with deliberate care. Claire enters, her eyes widening as she witnesses Mark's unsettling actions. Claire confronts him, her voice laced with disbelief. "What are you doing?" Mark feigns nonchalance. "Just tidying up. You know how cluttered it gets." Mark's gaslighting causes Claire to hesitate, her certainty wavering in the face of his denial. In the dead of night, the nursery transforms into a canvas of despair as Mark begins his grim task. With each stroke, vibrant murals surrender to the cold indifference of gray. The playful innocence of childhood is systematically erased. The room echoes with the silence of loss, each brushstroke a step further from memory. The nursery becomes a sterile office space, devoid of warmth, a monument to what is gone. In the gentle light of day, friends and family gather, yet their smiles seem strained, words unspoken. Claire attempts to join a conversation, but an awkward silence descends as the topic abruptly shifts. Mark watches from a distance, his expression a mask of forced normality, reinforcing the charade. The air hangs heavy with unspoken truths, each averted glance a silent reminder of the reality Claire cannot grasp. Claire stands alone, the warmth of the sun doing little to penetrate the growing chill of isolation. Sunlight streams into the room as Claire kneels by an open box, dust motes dancing around her. Her fingers trace the delicate lace, a silent exploration of memories and dreams. Mark stands in the doorway, arms crossed, his expression a mask of uncertainty. Mark's voice cuts through the quiet. They're probably just some old things from your sister's baby. You know, before." Sunlight floods the modern kitchen as Claire stares vacantly out the window, lost in the shadows of her thoughts. A fragile memory surfaces as Claire whispers, "I remember his laugh, Mark. I really do." Mark squeezes her hand, his words of comfort masking a chilling detachment. "Darling, you need to let it go." Defeated, Claire breaks down, her sobs echoing in the sunlit room as Mark pulls her close, his face unreadable. In the dim light of the house, Claire sits motionless on the sofa, lost in her thoughts. Her stillness speaks volumes, a silence that unsettles the air. Mark observes her from across the room, his chest tightening with a growing unease. This quiet compliance is far more disturbing than any outburst could ever be. Darkness blankets the room, moonlight barely piercing through the curtains. Mark strains, his senses heightened, trying to catch any sound in the stillness. A whisper drifts through the room, Claire's voice a soothing balm. Claire is singing a lullaby. A shiver races down Mark's spine as he hears another voice. A child's whisper answers, faint and ethereal, in the dark. Mark stands frozen, his breath caught in his throat as he stares into the dark abyss of the closet. Amongst forgotten coats and relics of the past, an impossible sight. The stuffed rabbit. The same rabbit he burned weeks ago now sits perfectly intact. His hands tremble, reaching out towards the impossible. Disbelief and terror wash over Mark's face as the impossible becomes reality. Sunlight warms the quiet street as Mark chats amiably with a neighbor. The neighbor recounts a tale of paternal pride. "Oh, and my son is doing so well these days." Mark responds with genuine interest. "That's great. I didn't know you had a son." The neighbor's smile falters as he denies his own words. "A son? I don't have a son, never did." The neighbor smiles vaguely and walks away, planting a seed of doubt in Mark's mind. In the silent, dim room, shadows twist ominously on the walls, heightening the sense of unease. The baby monitor crackles to life, its static-filled speaker piercing the silence. Faint, chilling giggles emerge from the static, turning the unease into palpable dread. Mark stares at the monitor, his face paling as a wave of terror washes over him. In the dimly lit house, Mark stands motionless, cloaked in shadow. A cold realization dawns as he understands. Even with Claire's memory gone, something else remembers their child. The air subtly shifts, a faint echo of laughter resonating through the silent rooms. The house itself seems to cling to the memory, a silent testament to what was. Mark jolts awake, plunged into the suffocating darkness of night. A haunting murmur drifts through the room. It's Claire, whispering a name in her sleep. Driven by curiosity, Mark rises silently, his bare feet padding softly against the floor. He follows the ethereal sound, drawn towards an unknown destination. He finds Claire in the nursery. The nursery is bathed in soft light, half-painted blue, the crib a silent sentinel in the room. Claire rocks gently in a chair, her soft humming filling the quiet space. A sweet, innocent child's voice joins Claire's melody, weaving through the air. The music intensifies, a lullaby echoing the mysteries hidden within the nursery's walls. Mark bursts into the nursery, his unsteady voice shattering the calm. Claire's face fills with concern. Claire warns, "Shh, you'll wake him." Silence descends, heavy with unspoken tension. The dim light in the nursery casts long shadows, enhancing the gravity of the moment. In the nursery's soft gloom, the baby monitor flickers, casting eerie shadows across the room. The crib appears empty, an unsettling silence filling the space. Mark's face emerges from the shadows, his expression a mask of bewilderment. A wave of dread washes over him as he peers into the crib, seeking answers in the darkness. The silence amplifies his growing fear, the empty crib a stark testament to his mounting terror. In the cold reflection of the monitor, Mark cradles an unseen child. His face contorts in anguish as he sees the spectral image. A primal scream, tears from Mark's throat, fueled by unbearable sorrow. Driven by grief, Mark's hand flies towards the monitor. The screen shatters, a symbol of his shattered reality. A haunting lullaby echoes through the house, its source unknown. The melody intensifies, wrapping the house in an unsettling embrace. The eerie presence of the lullaby permeates every corner, a silent symphony of dread. The house listens, a silent sentinel to the lullaby's spectral serenade. In the tranquil morning kitchen, Claire moves with quiet purpose, a subtle smile playing on her lips as she prepares breakfast. The comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee fills the air, a silent promise of a new day. Golden morning light streams through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. She sets the breakfast on the table, carefully arranging each plate. The empty chair looms large, a stark reminder of absence. Claire avoids looking directly at the empty chair, her smile faltering slightly. In the quiet morning light, Mark sits in contemplative silence, his gaze fixed on the repainted nursery door. A sliver of light spills from the slightly open door, hinting at the life within. From within, faint giggles echo. The sound fills the air. With trembling hands, I shut the door, sealing myself inside. The cold air immediately embraces me, each gust sending shivers down my spine. A chilling realization dawns. I have inherited the haunting. The weight of the haunting settles upon me. In the stark kitchen light, Mark sits alone, long shadows dancing across his weary face. He watches, a haunting image of a child rocking on the screen beside him. The weight of exhaustion and guilt etches deep lines into Mark's features. He is a prisoner of his own creation, forever bound by the choices he has made.